Hello, my name's Colleen Moore, and I'm a Senior Research Fellow at the International Policing and Public Protection Institute, IPRI, at Anglia Ruskin University, and I built this survey. I'm going to read the research project participation information to you so that you know what the survey will entail. You can read it at a later date if you want to. When you've listened to the information, you can choose to go ahead with the survey and consent to take part, or not. You can choose to withdraw. You'll also be able to download the information sheet and save it as a PDF for future reference, and it will be sent to you in an email, so you can always go back to it and read the information that I'm about to tell you. So what is the research project? It's called An Evaluation of the Impact of Hope After Harm's Family Matters Support Intervention for Families of Individuals Suspected of Online Facilitated Child Sexual Abuse Offences, CSA, and the police officers involved in those investigations. It's a long title. And what is the purpose of the study? The purpose of this research is to evaluate the impacts of Hope After Harm Family Matters referral service and support models on the families of individuals being investigated for online CSA offences and the officers involved in the investigation. We hope to identify the extent to which Hope After Harm Family Matters helps family members and the officers involved. We also want to know if the service can be improved to benefit families and police officers. Who are the researchers? Dr. Teresa Redmond at the International Policing and Public Protection Institute, IPRI, is the principal investigator. Professor Rachel Armitage from Leeds Beckett University, Lucy Roberts, Visiting Fellow, Ashley Perry, Research Fellow, and Colleen Moore, Senior Research Fellow, all at IPRI, will be conducting this research. Why have you been asked to participate? You've been asked to take part because you're a family member or a partner or a co-parent of an individual being investigated for online CSA offences, who's been referred from West Mercia or West Yorkshire Police Forces, who's also received support from Hope After Harm Family Matters. We're very keen to hear about and learn from your experiences and views so that our research is informed by people who have direct experience. But you don't have to take part in the research, and we'll only proceed with participants who voluntarily give their informed consent. You'll continue to receive Family Matters support even if you choose not to take part. What will you be asked to do? You will take part in an online, anonymous, in-depth survey which reflects the stages of an investigation. For example, beginning immediately after the police investigation began, what we call the knock. While you're waiting for investigations decisions to be made, restrictions imposed, particularly around children. Any decision made at the end of the police investigation, such as no further action, a caution, or a decision to prosecute. What happens in the court stage? Is there a trial? And finally, life afterwards, what we've called the new normal. We've done it this way to help us understand what families experience and what support they need at different times. Each consenting family member will have their own unique ID number, which will be matched with the email address you joined with. The survey will remain open for approximately 30 months to allow you to complete it over time as your circumstances change. Your responses will help us understand what families go through and what their supports needs are, and how they might change throughout the investigation. There's a consent function on the survey whereby it cannot be completed unless you tick that you have read the information sheet and fully consent to take part. You will also be able to save and download your answers when you've completed the survey. The survey will ask you if you'd like to be interviewed by an experienced researcher who specialises in this topic if and when you're feeling willing and able to. This is completely optional, informal, and a conversational research interview about your experiences and the support you've received. It will last approximately 45 to 90 minutes. It will be recorded and anonymised for transcription purposes, and used to help us get a more in-depth understanding of people's experiences. If you decide you'd like to take part in an interview, the Family Matters team will speak to you about it, giving you full and clear details so you can make an informed choice about whether you take part. If you're interested or do want to take part, the Family Matters team will share our contacts with you in case you'd like to have a preliminary chat about the research. This research has full approval from Anglia Ruskin University's Research Ethics Committee and Hope After Harm, Family Matters. West Mercia and West Yorkshire Police Forces have also given their permission and support to carry out the research. It's funded by Hope After Harm, Family Matters. If you want any more information, please contact me, Colleen Moore, at colleen.moore@aru.ac.uk. Legislation and your information data. What will happen to your data? All data that's collected will comply with the UK General Data Protection Regulation, Data Protection Act 2018, and we won't collect any data about you from any existing records. Dr. Redmond is the data controller, and that means she's responsible for ensuring that your information is safe and protected. The survey is anonymous. This means it won't ask for personal information such as your name or address. The email you provided to join the survey does not have to identify you in any way and will not be used for anything except matching you to your unique ID number. It will ask you about your experiences, opinions, employment, race or ethnicity, your gender, and your health. If you choose and consent to an informal interview along with the above information, you'll also be asked to provide a name and a method of contact, such as the email you used to join the survey or a telephone number. You can make up your name. What will happen to your data once we've retrieved it? All your data will be pseudonymized. That means that all identifiable information, such as participant names, will be removed from the data, and a code or a fake name will be assigned to each participant. Digital consent forms, survey, and interview data, such as audio recordings, will be stored for a period of 36 months from the end of the evaluation period in a password-protected drive, only accessible to this research team. It will then be destroyed in accordance with Anglia Ruskin Data Storage Protocol, and copies of consent forms will be scanned, then destroyed, and the scanned version will be saved with the digital consent forms. In relation to the interviews, participants' personal data, such as your name, will be kept in separate files to the transcripts. Your data will be analysed alongside data provided by other study participants. All the information we collect will be analysed by experienced researchers, written up, and published into various dissemination outputs such as reports, training and practice guidance, conference presentations, and academic papers. We're planning to use pseudonymized quotes as part of the written report. We'll endeavour to ensure that any quotes we feel carry an increased risk for identification are not included, and the information presented another way. We highlight this risk to you in order to make you aware and allow you the chance to moderate any information you may wish to share with us. Quotes will be assigned an anonymised code, for example, PP01. This project will comply with the GDPR and Data Protection Acts 2018, and all research data will remain inside the European Economic Area, EEA. We will do everything we can to ensure your involvement in this research is confidential. All information that you provide during the project will be used for the stated research purposes only. Researchers conducting interviews will do so either in private rooms or using headphone equipment to ensure that your responses during the interviews are not overheard. Your participation in the study will not be shared with anyone outside of the research team. Members of the Family Matters team may be aware of your involvement if you decide to share that information with them and/or require their support before or after your involvement. The only limit to our confidentiality is in the unlikely event that you reveal any information that requires disclosure on legal grounds, for example, if you or others are judged to be at immediate risk of harm, or if anything of an illegal nature is revealed. There won't be any incentives or payments to take part in the research, but your views and experiences will be a central feature of the research and are likely to impact future policy, practice, and support for families and for professionals who are involved in this field. We envisage building on this piece of work to develop best practice nationally. If you choose to take part, you'll be asked about your experiences, which may be distressing. However, you will be able to complete the survey at a time that suits you, and you'll be able to save and return to the survey when you wish. If you choose to have an informal interview, you'll be able to pause or stop at any time to take a break, skip questions, or postpone the interview until another date. Family Matters have also offered to support family members if needed. You can withdraw yourself and your data from the survey research at any time before the 31st of August 2026 by contacting me, colleen.moore@aru.ac.uk, and sharing your unique code and the email you used to join the survey. You can withdraw yourself at any point before, during, or after the interview, and at the very latest before the 1st of October 2026. You don't need to provide a reason for withdrawing from the research. You'll also be asked if you'd like a copy of a summary report of the analysis in the survey. In order to receive a copy of the report, we'll need the email address that you provided us with and your unique ID number, or you'll be given the option to access the report via the Family Matters team. Regarding support, we know how stressful and difficult being in this situation can be for family members. If at any time before, during, or after your participation you feel you need to access support for your mental health, we encourage you to contact your GP or call NHS 111. Alternatively, you have the option of being referred or self-referred to many support organisations. At the bottom of the information sheet, which follows below this video, and in the table of contents throughout the survey, you'll find links to a range of support organisations that you can contact at any time. The links will also be sent to you in an email. Thank you for listening. This was long. I hope that you'll proceed with the survey. Your participation will make a difference. Thank you.